Blurry photos in your face, drop the bass down low.
Coming at you from Stecco and me, D-Flow.
From the moving shadows
to the GMOs.
It's time to hear some weird with Blurry Photos. We explore the unexplained
and explain the unexplored.
Bring a gang of creepy cryptids.
T1 knocking at your door.
Making out with mysteries.
Humping up on history.
Waste some time with candy chat.
And freak you out with EVPs.
Our name ain't Merlin, but we rock magic mics.
And we'll be hunting your McConaughey.
Alright.
We're dropping sounds all day on your hydrophone array.
From the islands of Hawaii to DIA.
Blurry Photos old school podcastery. Dropping cold cryptozoology. Talking about that conspiracy.
And if you got the old hag, then come see me.
Famous.
If you got a dainty haint hunting your domain,
more likely ain't nothing but a sandhill crane.
We'll be potting on that cast
while we're at the Yachtla Pass.
And if you say ancient aliens and you are just an ass.
I'll choke a chupacabra, shove a Sasquatch in a Honda, fight a giant anaconda, ride Okapi through Uganda.
Make an addict of your ears with acoustic crack, like a slap to the face from Spring Hill Jack. Blurry Photos old school podcastery, dropping cold cryptozoology. Big Pimp Mason level 33. And if you're a hot Wiccan, then email me.
The famous.
Beats.
In your face.
I learned my words on the street. Look out, everybody. Here comes a rap man. Rap man. I've got hip hop in my veins.
Wicca.
Didn't think you'd get two songs, did you?
Rap.
Welcome to Blurry Photos. I'm David Stecco. And I'm David Flora.
Yeah.
And I'm doing
right.
both parts of the podcast this week. I'm in charge of everything. Oh, so am I, and I'm David Flora. Well, David Stecco, I'm great. Wait, who's this third person? Oh, God, I'm fracturing. Get out of here.
Hey, everybody. Oh, gosh. Hope you're doing well. We're trying to keep it together.
Yep.
We're just so excited. It's our 50th episode.
50.
Officially. We hit it about 2 episodes ago because we've had a couple of doubles, but officially,
we declare
this is our 50th.
We declare 50th and we declare anniversary.
Yeah. Okay. What's 50th? Is that the
diamond? No.
Is
Golden.
it gold or silver?
I think it's golden.
What's 75? Is that diamond?
Nobody makes it to 75, dude.
They still have it. Somebody did.
Well, let's ask Yahoo Answers.
Maybe 100 is diamond. Maybe that's platinum. God. Because it matters, though.
It is the golden.
Oh.
Welcome to our golden shower. That wasn't cool. You don't deserve that. Flora, how's your week been, man?
My week has been busy.
Yep.
And it's hot again.
It is. You do not have to tell me that. You tell my sweat glands that.
It's unbearable. We're doing this in do-rags once again.
And just that. We're just wearing headbands, and then the rest of us is just golden flowing manes of hair.
It's the gold anniversary show.
Yeah, see?
So there you go.
Did you do anything cool, though? Did you do anything to fight this oppressive heat?
I didn't do anything really fun. Nothing out of the ordinary. I ate at Steak and Shake for the first time in forever.
Nice. How was the diarrhea?
It was terrible.
Yeah, that'll get you.
Terrible. And yeah, we should rename it Steak and Shite.
More like Mistaken Shake.
Mistaken Shake. Delicious, and inexpensive, but you pay for it.
Right.
You still pay.
You push the button on the stop clock the minute you leave.
What did you do? How's your week been?
Oh, man, my week has been fraught with adventure. I competed in the Chicago Triathlon.
God.
Yeah. I'm a jock. Watch out.
You tell me about this now.
It's you got when a man decides to triath, you got ironically 3 ways to do it.
Oh,
you can do the international Olympic distance,
which
you can do the sprint distance, or you can do the relay, which is like the kiddie pool. I opted for choice 3.
Oh.
No, so the relay where you can create a team of 3 people and each person does a section.
Smart.
Yeah. And so my coworkers and I decided that we were going to become triathletes. So this was our first foray into the realm of triathlism. Mm-hmm. We do the relay. So we each picked a portion that we were responsible for. So
Sure.
I did the biking.
Oh.
One coworker did the swimming, and the other one did the running.
Oh, see, I would have picked the eating.
Man, I wish that was a section. I've been training my whole life.
I couldn't stop training.
Yeah, so it was a 1 mile swim in the lake, 25 miles biking, and then a 6.2 miles run.
Okay.
And it was super hot. It took forever. I had to leave my house at 3:30 in the morning because you have to get to the transition check-in for your. Oh, it was the worst. Like, my neighbors were still partying. They were like out on their balconies drinking beers, wondering why I was all dressed up in biking gear leaving.
3:30.
That's how it felt. But yeah, so and they had.
I can stay up that late. There's no fucking way I'm getting up that early.
It was murderous. And we had to, because of Boston, unfortunately, there was a ton of extra security and everything took forever. And our wave didn't leave. Our wave of the race didn't start till like 9:30. So there's like 5 hours of you just sitting around waiting for the race to start.
Making friends,
trying to take a nap, but you can't. There's too much stuff going on.
promoting the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. No, I did actually. But no, the whole thing was awesome. It was a long day.
And you did the biking portion.
I did the biking. I did the 25 mile.
25 miles on a bike.
Yeah, I did it.
You told me you started out downtown. You went way north. Came back downtown. You went way north. You came back downtown. You went way north. And then you came back downtown. Right?
It felt like that. You added an extra length.
No,
in there.
that's probably it.
Yeah, it was a long day. But I did pretty good. I was really happy with myself. I averaged about 17 miles per hour, which is a little bit slower than I thought I could do. But I can tell you this: that was as fast as I could go. I left it all on the field, and I have to train now because now I'm already committed to doing the full triathlon next year. So all winter long, I have to learn how to swim and run. That's what I have to do.
You're insane.
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
Well, you know what? We'll find out actually tonight if you're gonna die.
Oh, yeah!
Because we are going to tell you, dear listener, all about tarot cards.
That's right. We're reaching into the future, grabbing it by the front of its shirt and saying, "You better talk up, buddy.
Hey.
You know what's good for you."
No, that adds up.
I got a couple of questions for you, see?
Hey, future, where were you on the night of the 13th?
I wasn't there because that's the past.
Oh!
Damn it, future. You're too slick for your own good. One of these days you'll get caught up in your own lies.
Tarot cards, man. This is a real rich pie to be sinking our teeth into.
It is. And I can tell you right now, I feel like everyone has a friend who's like into tarot. I don't, but I feel like a lot of people do. At least that's what sitcoms always have.
You may not know this. I mean, I have read for people just for fun.
Oh.
I don't claim to be a reader or do it.
I misspoke. I do have a friend who does tarot, and it is you.
I am the one bringing the deck tonight,
That's
and
true.
I've got the books, one of which I lent you.
Yep, and I read it. I read Gerd Ziegler's book about the mirrors of the soul.
Yeah. So we're going to tell you guys what we have dug up about the tarot.
We're going to go into an exhaustive research on the history, and 4.5 minutes later, we'll move on.
Well, we're going to talk about what it is and where it came from.
Yep.
The history portion, we're going to really hit the highlights because, to me, the history portion is really all or nothing.
Yep.
You go into it and you really just drown in misery of like all these sources that maybe it could be coming from. How are the history of playing cards even involved? Who did it? The French or the Italians? Yeah, exactly. Or you could just be like, well, we think maybe it came from this source.
Yeah, and then we can move on to communing with the demons.
Right. And then what are some myths associated with it? What are some things that people say it can do? But does it? And then
it does it all right.
Special for our 50th episode. We are going to do live readings for each other.
Yep.
Of I guess questions that we'll have.
I'm going to see your future, Flora.
We're
tell you
gonna
all
see.
about it.
We're gonna see what the tarot shows us.
Yep.
That our souls can't.
Yeah. I already know what I'm asking. I know.
All of that was kind of wrong.
Right.
It's kind of the opposite.
Doesn't matter.
What's our soul show us?
Well, if the card was upside down, then it's opposite times.
Well, okay. So let's get into this
Yeah,
before
let's do
we
this.
really start.
Let's quit the bar talk. Let's just go up to the hotel room, shall we?
Yeah, let's stop buying this mystery a drink and let's start asking for some digits. So tarot is a set of cards, usually around 78, that has been used for hundreds of years, maybe as many as 600.
Oh, in 100 years in Hartford, Harrington, and Hampshire, where hurricanes hardly ever happen. My Fair Lady, anybody?
Wow,
a bunch of animals.
I'm impressed that you pulled that out. They've been used for hundreds of years as playing cards, and more recently as a tool for divination. As a divination tool, a particularly attuned reader is thought to be able to focus consciousness not only on the meaning of a card, but on the spirit of the person they are reading. In this way, tarot cards act as mirrors of the subconscious or guides of one's current situation with possibilities shown.
Or as Gerd Ziegler would have you believe it, mirrors of the soul.
Tarot decks are comprised of 22 major arcana and 56 minor arcana. The term arcana is Latin. It's the plural of arcanum, which means secret.
It's a lot of secrets in a deck of cards, mister.
Major secrets, minor secrets, right?
Little white lies.
The minor arcana are divided into 4 suits: wands, swords, cups, and discs. And in some instances, wands also are the same thing as rods or staves or batons.
Or penises.
Or peni. Discs are the same as coins or pentacles or rings.
Pentacles, that's hardcore.
I've seen pentacles quite a bit.
Really?
Actually, I think
you're a pretty
I don't
hardcore
know.
dude.
I don't want to get. I don't want to get out of
I'd like
order.
to be hardcore, but I don't know if I can own that right now.
I don't know. I like.
It's a lot of
I
pressure.
like Slayer, but I just don't know if I want to dress like.
Sometimes I enjoy a good Kip Winger tune. What's a boy to do?
We'll get into some of these a little bit more later, but you can start seeing where some of this really starts
the history,
layering on some of the ice cream in the cake.
It's I feel like there was a time in the past where there was just this little tilt from playing cards to divination, and like I think their history is so almost unextricatable.
It is, and we'll get into that in just a bit. We'll go through some of that history, including the turning point, because
the moment.
It's exquisitely convoluted. But let's keep going through the deck here. What?
It's exquisitely convoluted, but we're gonna keep talking. I just like that phrase a lot.
It's true. Okay, so of the minor arcana, they correspond to contemporary clubs, spades, hearts, and diamonds.
Yep.
Which is the French version of playing cards. And you also get acorn, leaf, hearts, and diamonds in the German version of playing cards. The minor arcana are numbered 1 through 10, and they have 4 court cards with them also. That's court, C-O-U-R-T. And that is your king, your queen, a knight, and a page, or some variation therein. Mm-hmm. So, in total, 14 for each suit, right?
Yep.
The major arcana, these are the fun ones, I guess.
These are the big hitters.
They're figures and symbols, and they include the following. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
The Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot, the Strength, the Hermit, the Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, the Devil,
the Gettys, the Rothschilds, the Colonel,
the Tower, the Star, the Moon, the Sun, Judgment, and the World.
Well, the World's a really big card.
If you draw it, you know.
Yeah.
So, those are the 24 major arcana.
Now, okay, so pop quiz, hot shot.
Okay.
How are the two different cards then? He asked, knowing the answer for the benefit of the listener. How are the two different cards interpreted differently between the major and the minor? If I get two cards, one major, one minor.
Well, one would support the other. Usually the
Okay.
major arcana is kind of the overall view or some kind of idea of something that's going on, and then you would get a minor card that would
Focus that.
focus
Okay.
it a little bit. It would support or be a negative. It would take away from.
Okay, well then, obviously my next question then is, then how do the court cards figure in?
The court cards apparently correspond to figures in your life. These may be people.
Oh, okay.
People that have influence on your life. That's what I believe I found with the court cards. The minor, the 1 through 10 might focus what's going on with that person, or that person might play into that idea that the major arcana would show you. Now, here's another caveat for us.
Okay.
We have not memorized every single tarot card.
We each have a giant cheat book. Well, there's 78 of them. Come on, man.
There's 78. We had a week to research this.
I could barely memorize the hemimetabolous and holometabolous orders of insects. I did it because I'm awesome, but let's not revisit that. Entomologist saw a great beetle today. Took some pictures.
So
It's true.
this is the fun of it. I think
I like that. I like that you can, that not only do each of the cards, I like that they don't have a set meaning. I like that, and I like that that the other cards, that it's a I guess almost like a holistic approach, like that if you and I both got two of the same cards, they would still mean totally different things,
Right?
Especially based on what other cards we got. So I can see why it's something that has persevered, that why it's still a popular thing, why people still do it, because there's so much variability into it.
Yeah.
And there's an infinite amount of ability to read what you feel like.
And that has something to do with it too. The interpretation by the reader, the question that the questioner, the seeker asks, that has something to do with it. There's so many variables. Like you said, that's exactly just why this thing is, I think, as popular as it is for divination, and easy to use as a divination tool.
And the cards are, we're using the Crowley Thoth deck, which is beautiful.
Yeah.
The art on these cards is amazing. And it was actually, this isn't as though with this particular deck, it's not like every company makes them a little different. He actually, when he designed this deck, he worked with an artist. So every Crowley Thoth deck has the same art.
Yeah.
So so if you get a deck, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They're beautifully done. This woman painted every single card.
This particular deck, which was given to me a while ago, it has just unbelievably gorgeous artwork on it.
Now, I'm holding the deck right now, Flora, but I see that there's some extra cards there. What's the deal?
There are actually 80 cards with the Crowley Harris Thoth deck. The Magus card, which is in most decks the Magician, Lady Frida Harris, who was the artist for the cards, painted 3 different ones for Crowley based on his notes and instructions. And they are commonly included with the Thoth tarot decks now. And
you just pick which one you like?
Whichever one speaks to you, you throw in there. Yeah.
Because I noticed that you and I both very clearly liked one card, not so happy with the other two.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting that way. But
yeah. So we're like psychically, vibrationally simpatico.
But there are a ton of decks that are in use today. The standard one is the Rider-Waite deck, created by ex-Golden Dawners Arthur Waite and Pamela Coleman Smith. It's called Rider-Waite because the publisher's name was Rider.
Oh, okay.
And Arthur Waite was the one who kind of directed the thing. Some places call it the Rider-Waite Smith or the Waite Smith deck.
Those people are all dumb.
Well, whatever. It's the same thing, but that's the one you see most commonly used. It's your
bog standard tarot deck.
Out of the box. It was created in 1909. The Rider-Waite deck. Other popular tarots are the Tarot de Marseille, the Thoth deck, which we have,
which will be rocking,
and anything else. You can go from fairies to vampires to dragons,
but don't.
Whatever.
Yeah, if the weirder your tarot deck.
Hello Kitty is one.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Listen, like, you know what?
I think it's called Hello Tarot.
Yeah, you know what? Do whatever you're gonna do if that's what you're into, but don't you dare pull out your copyright Twilight effing tarot deck and then demand people pay attention or take it seriously. Don't you dare.
It's a great excuse to put some real fun art onto cards, but it's it's a little silly how it's gotten these days. But then again, whatever speaks to you, yo.
That's true. I guess that establishes the emotional connection.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. There are many ways to read the cards. Some traditional, some personal.
So you're saying this method of divination might be subject to individual interpretation?
Absolutely.
It's not cut and dry, black and white?
Sorry.
But I thought we were divining the future.
We're not.
Oh.
We'll get to that, though. If you're following card spreads,
and I am,
which are ways to lay out the cards for a reading, common spreads include the Celtic Cross, the 3-card spread, the Path. There's also a horseshoe spread. There's also any other spread ever.
Right. The one that I liked the most is the one that I was reading about for the Crowley Tarot. Just scatter them all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Pick out as many as you like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Then that's your reading.
Yeah.
There's no math there. And you do it with your eyes shut. You can do it with your eyes open, but it's best to let the hands choose. I like that.
Yeah, and here's a little quick tidbit. You choose with your left hand.
Yeah.
The hand of the unconscious.
Yeah, I like that.
The energy flowing in.
It's just like Monopoly. People have their own rules. Like, Flora, you were just telling me that if you draw a card and it's upside down, it means it has the opposite.
That is a way to read them. That is one interpretation. Some people...
It's like house rules. Everyone's got their own house rules.
Yeah, some people read tarots where they're just all straight up, facing forward, looking at you. But one way that I find it interesting and adds a layer of funness to it is to shuffle them up to where some of them are upside down or inverted. And this is a way that many people read. If you draw a card that comes out inverted, it means the opposite of what it would normally mean. So if you get a card that means you have strength and power of something and it's inverted, then it means you're weak or something is beating you in some form.
Lame. I call that the illness card.
Oh.
I don't know.
But inversion cards you're cool with?
Yeah, I like that house rule.
Yeah.
If you get death and the tower, you get $200 from the other guy.
No, you pay $200, I think.
No, you pay it to me because I got it.
Okay.
That's how it goes.
No,
that's free parking
Whatever.
for this.
So, but we'll get to some of the fun myths with that. That's one of the... Anyway. So anyway, generally, the questioner or the seeker or the person having the tarot read...
The interrogator in my house, that's what it's called.
The interrogatee?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Interrogator and interrogatee.
Sure. House rules.
Yep, house rules.
The interrogatee concentrates on a simple question or thought while shuffling the deck. And then they cut the cards and hand them back to the reader. The reader lays out each card face down in a pattern, then turns them over, reads them, and uses their intuition and the card's symbols to answer whatever that question may be. Now, you don't want to ask a question that's like, am I going to get a promotion or am I not? Because then it's like, well, what if you get a yes? Does that mean yes you are or yes you're not?
Right. You need to be very specific, be very clear. This is just the powers of the universe thing.
You don't want to
understand
make it
complexity.
Too complex. Yeah. And you also don't want to be negative in there, like, why can't I get a promotion?
Right.
You want to be like, what can I do to help me get a promotion?
Yeah, get that promotion.
Yeah, you want to form it in a way that's a positive outlook on your situation.
Look at it this way. You're asking the universe for some help, right? So why not try to impress upon the universe that you're something worth helping by being upbeat and attempting to be proactive, just trying to get a little bit more information.
Sure.
Don't just like show up at the universe's house saying, man, how come I can't get the girls? Like the universe is going to be like, dude, I got things to do, man. Because
like,
clearly,
I'm sorry, I don't have any money.
Right? Yeah,
I already belong to a church. I'm sorry.
See you, dude. No, ask the universe the way you'd ask a stranger for some help. Like, hey, I just need a few answers. Get back on my feet.
Yeah.
The universe will still ignore you because everyone ignores panhandlers.
When it comes to tarot, it's dealing in energies and maybe subconscious energies. But if you're bringing negativity to it, it's not gonna be helpful to you.
Now, I'm hooked on a feeling, and it's positive, so I'm in good shape.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted you to know that I'm hooked on a feeling.
Well, I was waiting for more, but
yeah, that's all there was. Oh shit!
You just laid out 3 cards and then picked them up. That's the best. That's the best reaction to cards.
Flora, you are in trouble.
So, let's go through the history and then let's get a little silly with it.
Yeah, let's go through the history.
We can talk about myths and other things for readings. So, straight up, for the history of tarot's origins are murky.
At best.
To this day, they are shrouded in mystery.
Now, there are a few versions of it that I saw. I mean, but I'm going to go ahead and call it and tell me if you disagree. Mid 15th century, about 1400s-ish, early to mid 1400s.
In terms of what?
Like,
when they came on the scene?
Yeah.
Yeah. They kind of had their origins. I think it started out late 14th century, but it kind of came in with the 15th century. That's where we get all the good fruit.
It's such a hard thing. It's like spoons. Like imagine that 2 spoons were used as part of some mystical ritual. Well, there were spoons around for a really long time, like, and people use spoons for all kinds of things. Like when do you conclusively say, oh, that's when they started? These spoons were used for this,
for the future.
So that's our problem with this. I mean, it's not like cards were a new thing,
right? Numerous sources have tracked or straight up made up where the cards came from. And they have evolved over the years, the cards themselves, and what they stand for and what they do. It's been said here's a few things that have been said. It's been said that they came from ancient Egypt, came from the Celts, came from the Romani out of India through, you might know them more as the Gypsies.
Oh.
And they came from the Chinese.
Gong.
So you can see this pretty much is like
everywhere. No one invented it. Everyone thought of it.
The whole known world at the time.
It's like finding the person who invented the drinking glass. Come on.
No, those are just a few of the sources of where they may have.
For the record, the Gypsies are the best at it. Everyone knows that.
That's
the truth.
That's something that we'll address.
Yeah. Good. I'm glad that we'll be confirming it as the truth. I look forward to that moment.
Now, the Chinese the Chinese were thought to have made the playing card first, and the set, however they may have evolved, came from the East and then made its way into Europe.
And it's also got a lot of roots in common with the I Ching.
Right. Well, that the tarot itself does, which is a later podcast episode, by the way.
Oh man,
the I Ching
is crazy.
Another
lovely
divination method. So these playing cards make their way to France and Italy, and this is where they kind of gain prominence into games of chance and things to gamble with. Due to documented references, we know they appeared in Europe during the 14th century, and they spread quickly there. for gambling purposes or just shits and giggles.
Yeah, but not so much. This was like a real mainland Europe thing. They didn't really cross the channel, did they?
They didn't, and these aren't tarot as we know it.
Right.
At that point, these are mostly the
Gaming cards.
minor arcana. You know, the 1 through 10, maybe some court cards in there.
Right.
Then they get the major arcana added in there as trump cards, and the game slightly changes. We don't know over here like anything about it, I don't think, but it's still a popular thing in France to play a game of tarot, French tarot.
Really? I would be interested in learning the game.
Yeah, apparently it's kind of complex, but
it's 78
maybe
cards.
The second most popular card game there. That's a fact that I came across somewhere. But the name tarot doesn't have a clear etymology to it.
Right. It's sort of loosely Italian, but they're like, but it just showed up one day.
Yeah, it may come from the Taro River in northern Italy. It may come from the Italian Tarocchi. It was the name of the card game, or from Arabic, some form of an Arabic game. Arabic is another origin for the cards. Again, dude.
That's how you know they're divine. They came from everywhere and nowhere simultaneously.
Yeah, exactly. In the 15th century, the oldest surviving sets that we have today came from Milan, where they were hand-painted for upper-class elites.
By Dolce & Gabbana?
No.
In Milan? No, they
Gucci,
didn't do that.
Versace and Gucci. But we've got some decks that survived from this time. Mm-hmm. It wasn't widespread at the time because they were handmade. They didn't have the printing press at that time, so every card had to be crafted and painted, by hand, and probably were very expensive, which is why only the nobility had them.
Right.
But as we keep going forward, the cards were used as divination tools as early as 1540. According to an Italian book that survived.
Probably that was a pun where like two guys were gambling and one guy's like, I can see your future. You're going to be poor. That was probably the first use of the cards as a divination tool.
And it was written as
it was a joke in an Italian newspaper.
Yeah, slander.
That's right.
Slanderous sayings whilst gambling.
See, that's how trash talk advances a civilization.
Oh, maybe Tarocchi, maybe that's like Trioshi.
Oh, a little trashy? Trashy talk? Trash talk.
Tarocchi talk. Hey, you know the old adventurer Casanova, right? You heard of this jag?
He was an adventurer?
You look up information about him, that's what they say he is.
An adventurer?
An adventurer.
He is more of a spelunker, I think. Do you see what I'm going there, people? You see what I did there? You see what I did? I am Dave Stecco. I'm single. So, hit me up, ladies. That's just the kind of jokes you can look forward to at dinner parties, meeting your parents, Christmas, bar mitzvahs.
This is the famous Casanova, right?
Yeah.
The one you hear about. He wrote in 1765 in a diary that his Russian mistress used a deck of...
full of sexy times. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I don't mean to...
Wait till I give you the full flavor of it, and then you can launch into it. His Russian mistress used a deck of playing cards for divination, and proceed.
I think I see the future, and your dress ain't in it.
What's with the dress?
Oh my gosh!
That's where the Italian Russian came from.
Oh my God!
Casanova.
You did see the future.
Sorry, dude.
Weeks ago. High five, Flora.
I see in your cards. You are going to get fed to Baba Yaga.
And can I get a warning to stay out of the bathhouses?
Let's see. Do not go into the bathhouses.
Perfect.
It wasn't until the 18th and 19th centuries did the cards really start being associated with occultism and secret societies.
Boogity boogity.
Right? A Swiss clergyman said that the symbolism represented the mysteries of Isis and Thoth, and the cards held secrets reserved for priests of ancient Egypt.
Oh, they didn't know nothing.
Well, the thing, he made it up. He just said it.
Yeah.
That's the deal. So once historians had a better grasp on Egyptology, they
They're like, what?
yeah, they're like, what are you talking about? These hieroglyphs mean actual things. They're not just like symbols that hold secrets of the universe.
It's like when your dad tells you something and you're a kid and you believe him, and then later on you're like, what the son of a bitch? He had no idea what he was talking about.
But here's the thing. The idea persisted.
Of course it did.
The idea was picked up and taken to new levels, basically.
So did that same guy say something about vaccines causing autism?
Not that guy, but there was a Frenchman named Aliette who decided that his name backwards would be cooler. So he went by Etiella. And he was right.
Yeah.
He furthered that thought that it was ancient Egyptian lore, and that was compounded by another Frenchman named Alphonse Constant, who said the deck was linked to the Jewish Kabbalah and had numerology akin to ideas from Pythagoras in it.
So you can just say whatever you want then.
At this point, they are just slathering on coat after coat of turtle wax, and it doesn't even shine at the end. It's just like a thick, gooey paste.
Bugs are stuck in it.
Smells great.
Yeah.
But once the Golden Dawn got a hold of it, and then the Freemasons, it was, whatever people wanted it to be. You can throw your own idea in there. It's like a big old gumbo.
In a pumpkin.
In a pumpkin with andouille sausage.
Mm-hmm. Well, stirring it with your penis. This is like a pumpkin bucket.
You're stirring it with a Snicker ball.
Snicker ball. Sticking it. I'm stirring it with the 6 of wands. That's what I'm doing. You get it? It's the wand. You understand that?
Stirring it with the one of rods.
Yeah.
So we come to Mr. Crowley.
Yep.
Aleister Crowley, the one, the only. Made his own deck, the Book of Thoth Tarot, with elements of Egyptian, Kabbalistic, and astrological symbolism.
Yeah, he took all of it and was like, done.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted. You, with the easel, get over here. We got work to do.
He worked with Lady Frida Harris, who was an artist, and per his instructions and direction, she painted all the cards. Yeah, all the images, and they are gorgeous.
Yeah, and this was no weekend project. I mean, they were working on this for half decade, a little better than that. Yeah. It really took. This was no like slam dunk retreat weekend.
Right. He thought he was going to get it done in 6 months, a year.
Right.
But then
it turned out it was too busy philandering and being a dickweed that really got in his way. So.
But it turned into a 5-year ordeal, and what they ended up with is pretty majestic.
Do you think he had sex with Frida?
I don't know.
I mean,
I didn't come across anything, but he had sex with everything. He had sex with the fucking bagel that he ate that morning.
Exactly. That's my point. I don't know how he was working with this woman for 5 years, because I honestly think he's the kind of dude that if he tried it and she was like, no, I'm just here to paint, he'd be like, oh, guess what?
See ya.
I talked to the future and it said you're fired.
Yeah. Also, here's a demon to part with.
Right. Now get on out of here before I curse you further.
I don't know. I don't know that everybody, I guess, it's art. It's going to be subjective.
Right.
But I find the images in there, while not all of them are completely beautiful, they are, for the most part, they're colorful. They're very engaging. They're fun to look at.
They are.
Very neat. And they're just jam-packed with symbolism.
Oh, man. You could do that. You could just dig through a card all night.
He had the biggest pansexual boner for symbolism.
Yep.
And he just lets it fly with this deck.
It's overwhelming. Like, it's like, I don't know, when you're a kid and you're like, decide you're going to cook something and you just start grabbing everything and you're like, oh, this goes into things that are cooked. And these are,
spice.
Yeah, you just put everything that you can get your tiny hands on and then you like put it all in a pot and you're like, Mom, eat this. And then she has to come up with some reason or way not to. That's what he did.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to make spaghetti. Let's put some Italian seasoning in there. Let's put some chili powder. Let's put some cayenne. Let's put some Chicago steak spice in there. Let's
crumble up some Pop-Tarts. Got some hot dog pieces.
How about Cheetos? Yeah. How's that? It'll add a nice crunchiness to
good?
it.
Grits.
Oh, put grits in there. But we need to make it healthy. Kale. Let's get kale in there.
Kale.
You know what's good? Snickers ice cream.
Kale is like the Jesus of foods. It just forgives everything. You get some kale in your system, you could eat whatever you want. That's the facts.
The Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung linked the tarot to archetypes of the collective unconscious.
Yeah, he's famous. You heard of him before.
I like Carl Jung. I think we should do a podcast on him someday.
Well, he's come up before.
He has come up before. He's got a lot of cool ideas.
He was an inadvertent time traveler.
He also linked the tarot to the theory of synchronicity.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the experience of two or more events as meaningly related, whereas unlikely to be causally related.
Whoa, that was like stereo instructions. It's also the
Unlikely.
experience of two or more people having to deal with Sting for a whole album. It was a police joke from the album Synchronicity. Whew. I'm sorry, everybody. It made way more. It was like so sharp in my mind, and then when I said it, I was like, oh no. So coincidence, yeah.
The opposite of coincidence, right?
I am going to defend the position that synchronicity is the same as coincidence.
We're getting into philosophy 101 with this. From my understanding, and please write in if you know what the hell we're talking about. Because we don't.
Nope.
And set me straight if I'm wrong in thinking that synchronicity happens to a person without cause, but it's not considered coincidence. It's considered meaningful. And coincidence happens without cause because it just happened.
And maybe, to close this out so we can move on with our lives.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the series of events could be identical in both cases, whereas, as far as like an outside observer would see it, whereas in synchronicity, it is one's desires that are actually causing changes around them to align with those desires, kind of like that crap-ass book, The Secret, or a person, or that same series of events with a coincidence. It's just random happenstance that happens to line up for one person's life, and you just move on, and nothing affects anything.
Right, which is the same thing that I'm kind of trying to say, although I don't know that I would agree with putting out the energy to manifest those desires, more so than the universe itself putting out the energies to make that happen, because it's almost fatalistic. It's almost gonna happen, and it's gonna happen at that time, at that moment. When you ask a question to the tarot, that question is going to get answered at that moment because you were supposed to ask the question at that time. The answer is coming to you at that time. That's kind of what Jung was trying to get at with
I've
tarot.
gone cross-eyed.
Yeah, and we'll get into more of this with the I Ching as well. But Carl Jung, the
dude's a
very
time traveler.
interesting.
He's not allowed to talk about the tarot. He's already traveled through time.
So today, industry tarot, these are the people that will tell your future.
Yep, these are the people who have some of the finest made neon signs available.
It's mostly people that are looking for your money.
What?
Sorry, dude.
I thought they were like supernatural social workers. They're just here to help.
Just with a tacky sense of decor? No.
Son of a bitch.
Serious readers are going to seek to show you a picture of your current situation. Tarot, according to serious readers, not foretelling the future. It's for showing you what's going on at the moment so that you can make an informed decision.
They draw back the veil so as to make clear your present surroundings. Everything surrounding you seeks to blind and cloy. It is as a loud crashing in your ears, and you cannot hear the divine whispers that surround you. Please, enter my sanctum that I might do the tarot cards in such a manner.
You almost finished.
I'm here to do the tarot cards. Yeah, there we go.
You limped across that finish line.
Yeah. I think I just
with my help.
Yeah, I think I just fell and my glass eye fell out and rolled across the line, and somebody just felt bad for me and said, "Okay, he did it.
He's finished." Now, while the divinatory aspect is questionable by many scholars, obviously, the spiritualism and the self-reflection aspect of it has been gaining a lot of respect in many circles as a way of a sort of a psychotherapy.
I can see that.
I think that's very legit.
I think especially as an introduction, I think people find psychotherapy very intimidating. I think it comes from a false implication that you are
Sick in some
wrong.
way?
Yeah, that you're wrong and broke in the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And I think maybe if the tarot allows someone to comfortably begin to examine themselves so they don't feel put upon or under any kind of like interrogation.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a healthy place to start.
I'm down with that. And that's sort of some of the myth that's associated with tarot cards. You think,
And when they're ready to accept that maybe there's some things that they need to know more about, maybe then they can turn to a trusted Ouija board.
well, and that's when they get Jewish demons locked up in their basement. Don't say it. But it's their 50th episode.
You can bring it up, but you can't say it.
Did I say the name, dude? No.
Well, then you're a candy ass. I ain't afraid.
Okay.
No ghost.
Great. Superstitions, episode 9. That's great.
And awkward conversations in episodes 12, 18, 22,
And
23.
50.
And 50.
One of the myths. You got the old gypsy woman with the crooked nose and the do-rag on her head.
Oh,
and,
false. She's smoking hot.
all right, so we go for a younger version.
Well, it's not like the young smoking hot one's going to turn into some withered crone, okay? The withered crone was ugly her whole life, and the smoking hot one will just become more picturesque as she ages gracefully.
All
Have you never listened to Cher? Gypsies, tramps, and thieves, they hear from the people of the town. It's a cautionary tale that shows the life cycle of people who are on the move.
It's a great tale and very catchy.
But every night all the men would come around and lay the money down. So great.
Oh, thanks, Cher.
Yeah.
I almost said rest in peace. Cher's not dead.
You're psychic.
Oh gosh, no, I hope not. Cher's an institution. Here's one deal. They're pretty sure that it didn't come from gypsies.
Yep.
More accurately called the Rom.
Yep.
Romani people from that started off in the Indus Valley region of India.
Yep.
And migrated over into Eastern Europe. That may be a podcast episode. That's
Yeah,
pretty
sure.
interesting. But they picked it up once they got to Europe and, went to town with trying to get people's money. Who can blame them? If
Yeah.
people want to part with their money, then they're fools. That's how that saying goes. So don't worry about gypsies reading your fortunes. All of that's BS.
Every ounce of it.
And if they have a crystal ball, points to them. But that should be one more red flag for you.
Yeah, but I mean, good points because they're really getting the props going.
Yeah, they got the flavor.
They respect the craft.
As we said, tarot cards do not necessarily tell the future. They are mirrors of the situation that's going on in your unconscious right now. This is why Jung had such a boner for this stuff. So if you consult the tarot, and let's say you do it for psychological purposes, you are in a rut, you want some help, you're not finding it from normal sources, then why not? Why not pick up a deck of cards or go to someone who's a reader? You probably know somebody, as we've established.
Yep.
And let them speak to you. Let somebody read them and just give you a guide, a map, if you will, of what's going on with your situation and any introspection that you can use for yourself. I, like you, think it's a very good psychoanalysis tool. And if anything, it would be great if it were, steeped in the mysticism of the ages and had some secret knowledge from ancient Egypt. But even if it doesn't, it's still going to be good for taking a second, looking within yourself. You know what I mean?
Right. Anything that forces a person to stop and actually observe their surroundings is probably good for them.
Yeah. So I have much more respect for tarot than I do some of the other things that we've covered.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So let's move on to the readings.
Yeah. It's time to see some future or present. I'm going to start. I've got the deck. I've carefully shuffled it.
Oh, okay. So you want me to read for you?
Nope.
What?
Listen, if there's one thing I've learned from my research is that you do the tarot in the manner to which you are accustomed.
Or what speaks to you?
Yep. So, Flora, I'm going to do your reading.
Okay. So you You have shuffled, not me, so I haven't touched the cards in like an hour.
Right. These things are just dripping with my psychic energy.
All right,
which
but
is formidable.
It's gonna be for me. Okay, well let's see how this goes.
Yeah, it's gonna.
I don't give no fucks.
All right. I am going to use actually, Flora, your call. It's time for you to have some input in this.
Okay. Can I pause real quick just to tell you that there are, with the Crowley deck, there are a couple of substitutions that Crowley made in a few of the cards that aren't the same as in, let's say, the Rider-Waite deck.
In tonight's card reading, the following parts will be played by our alternate actors.
Justice became Adjustment. The Wheel of Destiny, or the Wheel of Fortune, became
Jeopardy.
Fortune.
Okay. Strength
became Lust. Moderation became Art.
Extinct.
Yeah, with Crowley. Moderation became Art. Judgment became the Aeon. And the World became the Universe.
Wait, okay. So he got rid of Justice and Judgment. Made sure to turn Strength into Lust. This is the Crowleyest thing he could have done.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
Lust
ready.
was Strength for Crowley.
Flora, here are your choices. We can do the 3-card read, 3-card Monty, follow the Queen, or the other thing that I like the way Crowley did it is you just scatter the cards, and with my left hand you will choose 3.
I like that one.
You will choose. Okay,
let's do that one.
All right.
In readings, it's also important to kind of center yourself, have a good ambiance going. A lot of things tell you to light candles and burn incense and all that stuff. Whatever puts you in the mood, whatever gets your energies flowing, puts you at ease. You don't want to come into this with a lot of angst going on.
No anxiety.
Within yourself.
From a calm, introspective center of yourself.
I feel good. We haven't taken the moment to center ourselves, but I'm feeling good.
I've been centered since we started.
I don't give no shits.
No.
So, all right. So
before you touch a card,
okay.
What's your question?
Oh,
wait, never mind. For what I'm doing, it doesn't matter.
What?
Yeah, I'm going to read your present, and then I'm going to read your future.
Okay.
Because I know that I have that within me.
Good. I feel like I'm getting the short end of the...
No, you're not, because we're going to do this twice. First, we're going to do it the way I feel it, and then we're going to actually, consult with actual literature and see what really happened.
Okay, but I get 3 cards.
Yeah.
Chosen by my left hand.
Yep.
Okay.
With your eyes shut, preferably, although you can keep them open if you like.
I'll shut them if them's the house rules.
That's what the book said. House rules.
All right.
And we're doing, as they are your cards will be determined inverted from your perspective.
Okay, so when you turn them over, however they're facing, remember to turn them horizontally.
Yep. Oh, no. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's all built into it.
All right.
However I turn them is how they get turned, dude.
Gotcha. This is one of the great things with tarot. It's
right.
However you want to read them.
Exactly.
Is this going to be so? I just give you 3 and you tell me, as opposed to the first one is the past, the second one is the present, the third one is the future.
Oh no. I'll tell you the names of the cards.
Here we go.
It's okay. Go ahead. Go.
My eyes are closed. I'm going for cards.
Go Southpaw.
This is the one that Carl Jung wants me to pick. Here comes number 2 from the old synchronistic timeline. And I'll go for the middle for number 3. And this is the one the universe speaks to me as. All right, so that's 3.
Okay. The 3 cards.
Eyes are open now.
The first card is the birther. Second one's the truther. The third one's the decider.
I like.
All right. You ready for your reading?
Yeah, give me the birther.
Okay, the birther. You got indolence.
Wait, what is that's the
8.
The 8 of cups.
8 of cups.
Okay.
The indolence card. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, is this thing calling me lazy? No. It means that you're going to have restful, relaxing. You have currently restful, relaxing weekends.
Okay.
You're
and it's straight on to me. It's not inverted.
Right. So it's
cool.
It's straight on to you. It means that right now you work hard and you play hard.
Oh.
So that when it's time for you to recreate, you're really doing it properly.
That's so true.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Next card is the truther. Uh-oh. It's inverted.
Uh-oh.
Now, that's the 9 of wands.
Uh-oh.
It's strength.
Inverted.
So, the opposite of strength.
So I'm a pussy.
No. This isn't about physical strength. It means you're kind of a crybaby.
Oh.
Yeah. Right now, you've been very emotional. You've probably been fussy a lot, and like if they don't have the kind of frozen yogurt you like, you probably throw a little. Like you don't
Mom's
throw
cake batter.
Yeah, you don't like throw a fit, but you might make some like crappy comment, like, "Well, I wish you guys would just like let people know before they wait in line," like something like that the person couldn't do anything about. So you've probably been a little emotional lately. I'm sorry. I mean, come on, it's strikes and gutters, man.
That's the truther.
That's the truther. Now the third card is the decider. Also inverted. The Ace of Wands.
Oh no.
Man, I wish so much this wasn't inverted because it would be awesome. But it probably means that you're currently underperforming in the boudoir.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's too bad.
So true.
Yeah, but which is, here's the thing though. This is the fun thing about the tarot. Normally it would mean you're underperforming because the Ace of Wands, that's like you're like a Wang Smith, okay? But here's the thing about the tarot is that it's not just the cards individually. It's the cards together that form the picture. So here's the thing. Your recreation right now is like soul fulfilling because it's fed by true and honest emotion, not like a false portrayal of strength, okay? So you got that? Mm-hmm. Your indolence and your inverted strength. It means that you're vulnerable. And for that reason, it means that you're being a gentle lover. So you're probably having really emotionally connective sex, but not like crazy porn star sex.
Huh.
Now, it's the world moves in cycles, and you will probably at some point get back to some weird crazy thing like that. But this is what's going on with your life right now.
Okay. Wow.
So there you go. I just did your reading. I used these cards to do a reading.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Now, let's check the book.
Okay.
Let's see what the book says. All right. The Indolence card. According to this, too much pleasure and excessive indulgence.
It's true.
Yep.
I've been slacking on work.
The water of the emotions stands and not renewed by any spring. It begins to stagnate, and the mists of foulness rise to the skies and cloud the light of clarity. Dude!
Jesus.
The two remaining lotus flowers continue to spill out their energies, but in this situation, it's wasted effort. The foul, stagnant water swallows up their small bit of freshness and vitality immediately. Yeah. Gulp. You have already wasted enough energy on people who give nothing in return. That's me. It's judging me. Thanks, cards.
Cards don't lie, bro.
Son of a bitch.
Cards don't lie.
You have filled them with your energy, but they were like bottomless barrels. You feel empty and sucked dry.
That's why I play Civilization 5 all the time now.
Yeah, no doubt. The indications that it's time to consider yourself, set some limits, and say no to people. You may have an old behavior pattern that you need to change.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I love chips.
The affirmation from this card is to develop your own affirmation on the basis of the additional cards you have drawn. Okay, so that's like a pass. What did you just say?
I love chips.
Okay, so indolence was a lot of bad news. Let's see what the 9 of strength.
Why couldn't that be inverted? I got all bad shit, dude.
No, you didn't.
Of course, I didn't get to ask a question.
Right. So, wait,
this is how you view me, maybe.
All right, 9 of Wands, strength. Okay, let's remember, opposite town. All right, so this card, it's got 8 arrows, and sun at the top of the card, moon at the bottom. This matters for what I'm about to say. See the strong...
Connected by a
wand.
By a wand, yeah.
The strong wand in the center connects the sun and moon. Hidden unconscious powers, the moon, become visible through the radiant light of the conscious, the sun. Latent powers are awakened and be applied towards a purpose. Okay, so your latent powers have been put to sleep.
Yep.
And they will not be applied to any purpose.
And I'm keeping them secret.
Yep. The force of this newfound strength banishes darkness and ignorance.
Great.
Yeesh, the fog's rolling in.
This is why this episode has been kind of a crash course.
You have no idea how... See how much better I am at this than this dumb book is? Let's see. You got some self-realization you're not getting.
Now that's true.
You experience your energy as going far beyond the boundaries you thought existed. This is the key experience, the beginning of a far-reaching inner and outer unfolding of your potential. So you are withering. You're like a raisin. Now, you were a lush,
not realizing
crisp
my
grape.
petition at all.
No, you're like shrinking. the indications are that you are, now I'm adding this because it's opposite time instead of, you are not in the process of discovering your real strength. Trust your inner guide. Do not do that. You may not want to take part in groups which can help you develop and unfold your potential.
That is true.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want nothing to do with that. The affirmation, you do not know more and more clearly who you are. This recognition does not lead to the full development of your potential strengths.
So true, dude.
Whew. Okay,
So true.
rough one. Finally,
I'm telling you, this reading is all about let's just kick David in the dick.
yeah, all right. Ace of Wands.
So I've got 2 wand cards.
Yeah,
That's kind of an overarching theme.
yeah. It's the
Wands.
That's why everything was about the boudoir, dude. The wand is about male sexual energy, and cups are about female sexual energy. I read that in the book.
Oh man,
If it's written down, it's the truth.
it's true.
All right.
Especially on the internet.
Let's keep this reading rolling. The Ace of Wands is represented by a huge flaming torch. Hey. This is the second highest energy card. The sun is the highest in the deck.
Louise.
All security and certainties you have been clinging to will be shaken and destroyed by the impact of the energies breaking through. Okay, so all of your security and certainties will withstand this. Your security and certainty will be unshaken.
Okay.
Right, because nothing's breaking through. However, because your obstacles remain, you will not receive any renewal in any areas or levels of your life. This one's a wash. Because it sounds like this one is you get so much energy that it just blows everything open and you kind of have to rebuild. So you don't get it. You don't have to rebuild. I feel like you're at a wash on this one. It's even got a very short description. The indication is you are not full of power and energy. You should not engage fully in discovering where and how you want to use it.
Right.
And the affirmation is you do not express your energy and power openly. Oh, but that speaks to my boudoir. I was right. Now,
It's a lot like the old 9 of Wands there.
Yeah,
Inverted.
I'll say this, though. I feel like I kind of robbed you, and I'll tell you why. Because I did the poker flip, a longitudinal card flip. If I had done
Horizontal.
the horizontal card flip, the orientation would have been perfectly reversed, and you would have been doing great.
That's true.
I stole your future. I stole your present. I stole it from you.
You know why? Because you did all the work with this one.
Yep.
You shuffled. You asked the questions.
Yeah.
I just picked the cards.
Right. So you could easily argue that I just read myself. Yeah.
I love it.
Which is great because it means that I'm about to have some emotional sexy times. Because I trust me more than a book.
Wow.
So there you go. There's your reading.
Thank you.
Flora, I am going to put these cards in here.
Alrighty.
In different places.
I'm going to read you...
Properly?
I'm going to read you a story.
Oh, sweet.
We're going to do the Celtic Cross.
All right.
with you.
This is elaborate.
We might get a good chance of getting some major arcana in there, which is fun.
Now, yeah, Flora, you really know what you're doing here, so I
You know what? Don't say really. I read the book and follow the instructions. It's
Hey.
like I'm like programming a VCR with this.
well, I can't set it to record Golden Girls. I keep getting that damn news show I don't want to watch. I told you I wouldn't watch it after they had that damn traitor Fonda on there.
All right, yo.
All right.
It's time for you to shuffle. Shuffle as much as you want, and then cut the cards, and then hand them back to me.
Okay. All right. I feel like these cards are still pretty damp with my energy. I was kind of fumbling with them.
For this, it kind of works out. So we're going with the Celtic Cross on this.
Yeah, that's a lot of cards.
It's 10 cards. It's one of the best known, most popular spreads.
See, the 3-card Monty, the more we do this, I feel like I cheated you from an experience.
That's okay. Hopefully it was entertaining,
I was entertained.
at least. The Celtic Cross shows 10 different positions. It shows your present position, your influences on that, the immediate influences on that, your life. It shows the root of the reading, which will be sort of whatever question you ask. I think this gets to the root of it. It'll show your past influences, the future influences. It'll show your feelings. There are outside influences, your hopes and fears, and then an outcome. All right.
The cards have been cut. Now, do I have to ask a question?
Yes. Were you concentrating on a question while you were shuffling?
No. Did you tell me to do that? And then I
No.
didn't?
You want to give him one more shuffle, just a short?
Sure. Let's do this. I want to get the full experience. Now, is there a particular brand? I remember reading in my book that there was a way to phrase the question that was most helpful. We talked
as
about
long
it
as
briefly
it's
already.
positive, something, if you have a question about career or love life or whatever, or we can do a general reading. There are also general readings that can be done about either finances or career.
Okay, I know my question.
Okay.
It had a little list of good questions to ask, and there's a really good one here.
You keep it in your head while you shuffle, and then when you cut it and give it back to me, then you can tell the listeners what you asked. All right, cutting the deck right now, and back to me. Okay, what was your question?
What is influencing my present situation?
Great. All right. So I'm laying them out in the Celtic Cross, which has a specific way to lay them.
Okay. Using the left hand.
Using the left hand. I'm going to do these from my vantage point, by the way.
Okay.
All right. First we have the Queen of Discs. Second card out of the gate, Death.
Not looking so sunny.
Third card out, Fortune. Fourth card, the Aeon. Dude, you're getting nothing but major arcana.
Boosh. Also, nothing inverted, he said.
Fifth card, the Prince of Discs. Sixth card, inverted Three of Wands.
That's the Virtue card. Inverted Virtue. That's right. Don't mess with me, ladies.
Seventh card, the inverted Fool.
That's right.
Eighth card, the Eight of Swords. Ninth card,
You're doing way better at this than I was.
Prince of Wands.
Boing.
And the 10th and final card, the Five of Wands.
Strife.
All right.
Whoops-a-daisy.
So let's look at this.
Yeah, let's break this down.
First position. This is your present position. Mm-hmm. We've got the Queen of Discs.
This is a good time while you're looking that up to let everybody know that according to Yahoo Answers, we are about to be accosted by demons that will leap from the cards. So we're all prepared for that.
Your present position.
I drank 2 gallons of holy water today, so my sweat is completely protecting me from demons.
You've got a nice shield going.
Yeah.
I've got a shield of beer. The Queen of Discs, the mother of growth and vigorous stamina.
Mm-hmm.
Present position.
Triathlete. Technically, I was a monathlete in a triathletic event.
This is solidified emotional life, solidarity with all forms of life, matriarchy. Mm-hmm. Its symbolism is femininity, opulence, overflowing fertility.
Oh, you know it.
So,
all the ladies in the first 3 rows are getting pregnant.
So it says, in general, this card represents fruitful times in daily life, developing and expanding previously neglected areas. The Guardian of the Discs represents perseverance and consistency in the achievements of goals. That's good.
Yeah.
Our security grows and our possessions increase during periods characterized by this card. So for your present position, it sounds like you're moving ahead. You're chugging along. It's going well. You're achieving goals. Goals. Generally, the court cards, like we said, represent a person in your life. So maybe there's a person of some kind of power that's helping you achieve these goals.
The Queen of Discs.
Yeah, helping you go along. So that's cool. Let's get your immediate influences, which at this point is death.
Yeah.
Now, here's another myth that we're going to bust.
Don't fear the Reaper, people.
Death isn't necessarily a bad card, and neither is the devil. And if you ever get somebody, when you draw this card or when they draw this card and they go, then punch them in the face.
Don't punch me.
You didn't draw it. You're not the reader.
Oh my God.
Death is fun because it's the great letting go. It's letting go of something in your present situation. Now, if it were inverted, it would mean fear of letting go, or
Oh, sweet.
It'd be bad. But this is straight on. So it's you're making room for the new in this one. It means a departure and an end. It's almost like a commencement, if you will. Something's stopping, something else is starting.
Graduating from Bovine University.
Yeah, it basically represents an end to a current situation. This is the influence that's going on with your present position. So along with someone in power, a female in power, let's say, with the Queen of Discs, this person may be helping you to stop something and start something new that's going to help you achieve goals and move forward.
All right.
That's pretty cool, huh?
You're so much better at this than I was.
Let's move on to position 3, which is the questioner's life. And you've got fortune.
Sweet! I'm doing all right. Wait. Fortune's going to be like death. I'm like, no, fortune doesn't mean...
Fortune, it's not inverted, so it means it's an unexpected turn of events, which is a good fortune in this case. And it's a perception of karma. So you got some good karma going for you in your life. Maybe you've got some stored up that's finally coming to fruition for you.
Pulled all those kittens out of that fire.
That could help. It could. Puppies would have doubled your points.
I know, I looked.
So the fortune card, or in other tarots, the wheel of fortune, it's always there's a constant moving up and there's a constant moving down. Right now you're on an upswing.
Nice.
As you can see, everything in your life is moving up. It's headed in a positive direction.
Coming up Millhouse.
Everything's coming up Millhouse. Those high waters are paying off. So this is good. You've got somebody helping you out. You've got it into a situation that's all moving forward and up to better fortunes for you. You've got some good karma saved up that's helping out with this. Let's get to the root of the reading.
Whoa.
And this is the Aeon. And so far you've had, out of 4 positions, you've had 3 major arcana. You've got a lot of overarching ideas going on.
What is the Aeon? I don't even know what to think of that. This is the wild card. No one knows what this is.
The Aeon is the same thing as Judgment in other decks.
Oh, okay.
Which may mean like the Judgment, or maybe the Apocalypse. Or, not the Apocalypse, but the final Judgment. Something. I think that's what Judgment means in that case, as opposed to like guilty.
Right.
So the Aeon, again, straight on, not inverted. It's recognition of the great correlations, expanded perception, and liberation of previously concealed abilities. So, more on it from the old guidebook. It deals with time and changes through time.
Changes?
Changes. It then addresses not only the end and destruction, but also hope, redemption, and liberation. While the traditional cards indicate the moving experience of the resurrection and liberation of what was buried and imprisoned, here it is more a matter of that which is new, which is coming in the future, and the realization of utopia. The card therefore has a thoroughly delightful significance. It shows the decisive step towards becoming oneself, the continual process of alchemical transformation that lets something higher be created from what is base.
I'm going to turn this lead body into gold.
So the root of the reading here for you is that you are coming to terms, you're self-realizing, and you're moving in a direction that is up, and you are gaining good fortune with the help of someone, in power, female in power. Something old is ending, something new is beginning, and that new beginning is also helping you realize who you are as a person.
Boom. See, this is we're doing another reading. I'm going to do the Celtic Cross all over you.
Yeah. We don't have time for it.
Son of a bitch. I feel like I have utterly cheated you.
Maybe we'll do it in a bonus episode.
Okay.
But.
All right.
5, the position 5. We're pretty much halfway through here. Past influences. You have the Prince of Discs. This is interesting. This is a court card, so maybe it's a person in your past that has influenced you.
Oh, yeah. I want the Prince of Parties. Oh, lovely Prince of Parties.
This one is straight up, not inverted. The Prince of Discs means reliability, imperturbability, yeah.
It's a hell of a word.
And purposefulness. This card shows a persistent, consistent, and down-to-earth course of action, dependability, and an adequate reserve of strength connected with a knowledge of the necessary time frame are the best guarantee for good progress in the field surrounding the question. This is a person who has been dependable. This is a past influence. Maybe has taught, I'm going to say taught you dependability, consistency, and taught you how to store up, reserves of strength, like the old guidebook says, for you to bring it out when you need it. This is good in your current situation, since you're going to need probably some strength to help you transition to this new...
to my higher plane.
Yeah, to raise your vibration, to help you in this new beginning. So someone has taught you the dedication that's needed to achieve these new goals that are happening. This is cool.
Yeah.
Now we are going to get to position 6, future influences.
Okay.
And we have the inverted 3 of Wands.
Uh-oh. This is our first inversion.
Yep, first one, and it's coming in the future for you.
Okay.
Inverted, it's going to mean moodiness and attention-getting behavior.
Oh God, I'm gonna be such a bitch.
It's overestimation of one's own energies.
Oh, see, look at this. That's the narrative. I achieve, and then I follow the classic arc where I become a whiny ass about it.
Interesting.
Man, I'm so terrible.
In the future, let's say it's you might keep going over old ideas. You're going to be inharmonious with...
Don't say the ladies. Please don't say the ladies.
...wanting power, or the desire for power, or having power.
So I will no longer want power?
It's going to be an inharmonious energy with the desire of power, let's say. Doors that have been opened now close. That's this card inverted.
This is the classic arc. This is like the Icarus tale right here.
This says for non-inverted, it's now time to come out in order to make new promising contacts and start working on plans with a good future. So inverted, you're going to retreat and you're going to shut off.
Back it down.
And you're going to stop with plans for a good future, and it seems like keeping the status quo. So it's kind of what you're saying in a way. You've gotten this great energy path going. Everything's up and up, but then you get a little big-headed.
Yeah, that's right. That's me. I'm going to get fussy about it. I'm going to become a real pain in the ass.
And you're going to ostracise people from it. So future influences. Be careful with that ego.
That's right.
Now we go up the staff, as it's called. Yeah. 4 cards on the side here, starting with the inverted Fool, which is the questioner's feelings.
Oh, that's me. Those are my feelings. I have the inverted Fool feeling.
So inverted.
I hope one of our listeners is like, well, shit, I could have told you it wasn't funny. Didn't need no cards for
that. I bet tons of our listeners are going to be like, I know how to read tarot, and these guys are assholes.
That would be awesome. You know what? I mean, we're literally laying this out. It'd be awesome if someone listened,
actually knew what they were doing,
and we're like, no, this is what all this stuff meant.
That would be great, because really, we are literally reading the book.
Yeah. All the more, oh man, and that person is going to probably hunt me down and skin me for the awful dog and pony show that I tried to create.
Okay, so inverted
bitterly
Fool.
Regret that decision.
Who cares, man? Don't worry about it. You're on the up and up.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't look behind you. Look ahead. That's what you need to focus on. So your feelings right now, negative dissolution of structures and compulsions, a vagueness of goals, daydreaming, infantilism, and irresponsibility.
Yeah, I'm a mess.
Man, dude.
I'm the worst. How does that translate into a gravy train with biscuit wheels?
Let's see here.
Maybe squeaky wheel gets the grease?
I doubt that.
Yeah, it doesn't work ever. The squeaky wheel gets replaced.
So, in general, the Fool is the unrevealed condition, the original totality, or the state before the beginning of time. He shows that we are entering a new area of life with astonishment, without definite expectations, and often without even any previous knowledge of it. Inverted, it almost sounds like you feel like you're not going anywhere, you're spinning your wheels, you have no idea where you're going or what you want to do. This is also me interpreting in a way with the inversion.
I trust your interpretation.
Okay. You don't have any expectations of where to go. You don't know where you're going. You're kind of upset about it, but you don't know what to do. You're impulsive, but you're keeping it in check. So straight on the Fool, usually people would have the impulse to go off and do whatever their impulse takes them to.
Right.
With it inverted, I feel like you are at least keeping that in check. You are keeping that impulse to go off, even though you don't know what what's going to happen or what you want to do. The Fool is a carefree card. Inverted, you are, I think, a little bit more staunch. You're holding on.
That's right. I'm stone facing it.
Yeah, you're very
cool
stoic
hand,
with that.
cool, no, not Cool Hand Luke. Man with no name.
Movie.
I'm a guy from a movie. Someone just watch a movie.
Dirty Harry.
Yep.
Okay, so that's your feelings. Number 8, outside influences, and we've got the 8 of Swords, which according to the Crowley Tarot is interference.
What? I got some outside interference? I got some static on my line?
Interesting. Means a variety of interests, dialectical talent. Well, hey.
Hey-o.
And quick intellectual grasp. That's
You bet.
That's your outside influences.
I think you might be describing yourself, Mr. Flora.
Well, I'll tell you what. It says this sword card shows that a wrench is thrown into our works, and plans that are good in and of themselves run into a rough patch. Not infrequently, we again find ourselves suddenly in a situation where, to our surprise, people who are usually on our side feel called upon to meddle in things that are actually none of their business. Fortunately, this disruptive maneuver does not have a sustained negative effect on our plans.
That's right.
Interesting for it to be in an outside influence position.
Yeah.
So you're getting things that are trying to get you off track.
People of the world, don't start no shit, won't be no shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's a very simple
Got 99 problems, but the Fool ain't one. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you got stuff coming in that's trying to throw the wrench in,
mess with my. It's trying to uck with my shit.
Yeah. But your energies are still headed up.
Yeah.
Headed up the wheel. You still aren't sure what's going on, but
right.
you're remaining stoic. You're not letting the stuff get to you.
That's right. I'm a man. I'm a pillar.
The penultimate position.
Oh.
Hopes and fears, and we've got the Prince of Wands.
Dude, the whole Wands family came out for this thing. No, that was the discs. Never mind.
No, you got the outcome as a Wands too.
Oh, yeah, see? Got some Wands.
Hopes and fears. Your Prince of Wands, straight on, not inverted, means attraction, openness, enthusiastic joy.
Yeah.
The Son of Wands stands for a warm to heated atmosphere in which high spirits, passion, and effusive enthusiasm are found, as well as impatience, hot-bloodedness, impulsivity, and impetuous exaggeration. Whether we are allowed to enjoy the warmth or must fear the heat and its inconstancy depends very much on the type of area in life characterized by this card. The impatience it expresses means we want everything and want it immediately. If this does not succeed or we do not receive what we want, we react with a temper tantrum, anger, and aggression. On the other hand,
I refer you to my Icarus flight where I will become a moody baby.
Interesting. The warmth of the Prince of Wands is stimulating and rousing, sometimes relaxing a frosty atmosphere with a cool island breeze. That's not in there. And bringing the energy into deadlock situations. This being in your hopes and fears position, it kind of feels like you hope that things are going to go well for you. If they're not, you're going to be a big dick baby about it.
Giant crybaby.
But as long as you get your way,
That's right.
You're basking in the hot Caribbean sun.
Do you hear that, world? Play ball. Everybody wins. You decide you're going to go rogue on me? We're going to have a problem.
You're going to chill their frosty hearts with a cool island breeze.
Right, with a giant full diaper
you're
baby.
You're going to warm their cold hearts with a
I'm going to go full diaper baby on this. Crybaby
beat.
temper tantrum style.
You're going to freeze their hot hearts with a chilly island.
I'm going to break all of their favorite toys.
So, that's your hopes and fears and your ultimate, the outcome. The outcome of the reading.
Yeah, I'm going to just get spoilers. It's the card labeled Strife.
The Five of Wands.
I was hoping for the Ocho.
Straight on, not inverted. Proving one's own abilities. In parentheses, it has sporting competition.
Triathlete!
We sense the aggressive energy of the fire that presses towards the outside. It destroys the quiet completion and forces us into a confrontation. Seen from the perspective of developmental psychology, this card represents the awakening of the sexual drive and becoming conscious of one's own person.
Here it comes, ladies.
Demanding a new orientation of one's own circumstances to the surrounding world.
I'll probably keep my orientation as is, pretty happy with it so far.
It's interesting that Crowley labeled it strife.
Yeah, it doesn't doesn't seem terribly strifey.
Yeah, it seems more like it's aggressive.
Yeah.
But nothing that's kind of holding you back.
More like a hater's gonna hate card than anything.
Well, I see it as you want to very much prove yourself in order to move up with the help of female in power, with your lessons from the past that have taught you your consistency, your dedication. You're on the up and up, but if you don't get your way, you're really going to be a turd about it.
Yep.
You also are unsure if this is the right thing to do or not. You're unsure of yourself. You want to prove yourself, and you got to be careful to not overdo it. You've got to be careful to not take it too far to where you shut people off.
Yep.
And overexert yourself.
So lift with the legs, not with the back.
That's a good analogy. So there's your reading.
See, that's
Dave
a
Stecco.
proper reading. That's so much better than the job I did for you. I took your future and I threw it away.
No, nobody. The only person throwing away my future is me and Bashar.
F***ing Bashar. Well, there you go. That's how taroting is done.
You had a very beautiful spread here. You had 4 major arcana. You had some court cards. You had some minor arcana.
But I didn't get any lands, so it's like, what can I do with them?
Well, yeah, you're just your creature cards are stacking up.
Yeah, I can't tap nothing. Yeah,
magic. It's great that you got death. It's so fun because that's, like I said, that's the total myth, along with the devil, which you think means the worst, which inverted a lot of these cards can mean that whole exaggerated stereotypical meaning that is associated with them. But if it's straight on, it just means for death, a new beginning.
Yeah. Death of what you're bored with.
So there you go.
There you go. We got readings in 78 individually
colorful
painted nutshells.
Yeah. Let's not do 78, but let's do a couple puns.
Couple of puns. Okay, couple puns. Chester couple puns.
Everything's over when you write up Troy's bucket.
Just
your couple puns. Oh,
well,
man!
Boy,
if we had talked about him in the episode, that would have been.
Man,
you wouldn't even have to done 2.
I peaked too soon on that one. I got nothing left.
Who's going first?
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say we could draw to see who goes first.
Ooh,
and let fate decide.
I like that. Let's do it.
All right.
Wait, before I see this card, ace is low or ace is high?
I'd say ace is low. Since
I like it. It's the one. Yeah, makes sense.
So low card goes first. Is that the 5 of discs?
The ace of swords.
Oh, looks like you are going first.
Bwah, bwah. All right, that's okay. You know that archaeologists recently discovered like a town in Italy.
They did.
Yep, and they uncovered what appear to be old cards. When they looked at it, they were hand painted. Mm-hmm. They had depictions of creatures, and it turns out that it was they were used as sort of a entertainment. And these you were supposed to feed and pet these cards, and they were called tamarachis. Yeah, they're old Italian virtual pets.
Well,
yeah, I can't hear you over all the applause.
I think one of them died.
Yeah, I think I just drew the death card. Yo!
Oh, great. Okay. I have a crafting skill or a hobby.
Okay.
Maybe a craft project that you like to do, when it's cold out. But it's a crafting that can divine your fate.
Oh, yeah?
Actually, yeah, when you get it all together. It's called the Celtic Cross stitch.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you follow entertainment news.
I don't.
Well. Well, okay. Good night, everybody. No, there was quite the kerfuffle because the actress Winona Ryder got engaged to a gentleman. Actually, got engaged to Edgar Wright.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. And they sent out a bunch of save the date cards, and it was a really big issue because everyone was using everyone was trying to make their plans for the summer, but it was a hard thing to know in advance. So everyone was waiting for the Rider-Waite cards to determine their future.
I see.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
The problem is she stole them all.
Oh, I don't care. She stole my heart too.
Oh, I've got a similar
okay,
thing going
all
for
right.
you. I got an NPR funded tarot deck
Oh yeah.
that was made by Peter Sagal. The Rider-Waite Wait Don't Tell Me deck.
Nice. Yours is better. But mine told a story.
Yours did. I love the backstories.
Oh man.
Well, we punned it.
Yeah, we punned the crap out of it.
We punned it up.
Now we got some fun news. Do you want to know a little bit about your future listening?
Yeah. Do you want to know what's going to be on your iTunes playlist and or computer buffering zone?
No, we've
So what is going on?
I ain't IT. Now we've mentioned these swell mofos before in the past, and we're going to mention them again.
Uh-oh.
The sweet gentlemen of the Fairpoint podcast,
Hello.
Nathan and Craig, the proud and fine proprietors of the Fairpoint podcast, had us as guests.
Yeah, how about that
Yeah, we got to talk about, all kinds of stuff.
Oh man, we babbled so much that those poor guys had to put together an episode at the other end of the tunnel.
Wait, I want to try the Girls Gone Wild promo for it, okay?
Okay.
David, Flora, and David Stecco talk about things they could never talk about in their podcast. When things got too hot for Blurry Photos, they took the party to Fairpoint.
Oh my god!
So check out all the extreme action.
Too hot for this podcast. Banned from your local video store.
That's right.
Yeah, we had an excellent time chatting
man.
with those gentlemen. Fairpoint podcast, go check it out. They talk about all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, stuff that you're into, stuff that we're into.
Right, and
Can all be in it together.
and we really did talk their ears off, and I can't wait to hear how they put it together.
Oh man, it's gonna be. I hope that they
it's
just
an effort.
I hope
Herculean.
I just hope they just re-edit it into whatever they wanted.
I do too. I hope they switch around our words to where we
please
just
do.
we're like, I am stupid.
Yeah. I'm too busy smelling farts. So yeah, no, they're great and they're a ton of fun to talk to. They're
Yeah.
super entertaining and
Yeah, they know their shit. They're a lot of fun to listen to, and I highly recommend going to iTunes and finding them on Fairpoint Podcast and go into their Facebook and liking them. Give them a
do
like.
all those things.
They are currently kicking our asses at likes on Facebook.
Oh man, they are crushing us, and rightfully so. They're just really good at what they do.
So being September 4th.
Yep.
And God, I hope I get this out on September
Yeah,
3rd.
you have to. I like that. I like that you did it to yourself.
Yep. So while you're finding their podcast, go on and give us a rating on iTunes. Subscribe to us. Give us some stars. Go over to our Facebook, Blurry Photos Podcast. Give us a like on there.
Don your uniform, gird your loins, and strap your shield to your offhand, and enter the like war we're kicking up against the vile forces of Fairpoint Podcast. Yes, we're underdogs, but we're mighty.
We're scrappy.
Yeah, load your light guns.
Load your light
Fire
guns,
away.
and hopefully we have more ammunition.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no war. It's
They
great.
got the guns, but we got the numbers. Actually, they probably have both.
We got the heart. No, they
Damn it. I should have thought this through before I made a call to arms.
More than around, sooner around. Yeah. Great. Also, Stumble Upon. That's a thing.
Yep.
Also, YouTube. Go on there, Blurry Photos Podcast. Also, Twitter, Blurry_Photos. Follow us on there.
Enjoy them.
And write us in.
Oh, God. Write us.
Go
I
to our
love it.
contact form on blurryphotos.org and write to us.
Yeah, write to us on our website. Write to us on the Facebook.
Yeah,
Write to us
Facebook
on the
will
Twitter. Write to us any way you can think of. Get creative.
And hey, here's to 50 episodes.
Woo!
We did it. We did it.
That's
That's that's almost a year's worth of episodes.
Oh, man.
We're at a year.
Yeah.
Hey, happy
anniversary.
Watch that ego in the future.
No.
That's
It
what
said
you
my
gotta-
orientation was changing, so I can't fight the cards, man.
Cards don't lie, bro. So for this episode of Blurry Photos,
I'm David, the Six of Swords, Stecco.
And I am David, the inverted fool, Flora.
Oh, God, you win. Poop. Poop and sniffles.
Poop. 50 episodes. Bye.
Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Gypsies, tramps, and thieves.
And is it too flat on the me?
No.
May.
No, I would.
May.
May.
La 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 la.
I can't.